Socialism in Russia is gradually giving way to democratic reforms, which have produced some dramatic results. Boris Yeltsin's government is expected soon to pass a radical property law, dealing mainly with privatization. The process has added 3.5 billion rubles to the budget. But so far, there is no unified opinion or action concerning its implementation. Experts of the International Financial Corporation have successfully started the privatization process in Eastern Europe. Now, they're beginning to work with the Russian government. Roger Gale represents IFC in Moscow.
IFC first got involved in Russia in late November, early December. We were part of a consortium of advisors, international advisors, which was put together to assist the Russian government. The consortium basically comprised the World Bank, European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, and the IFC.
IFC has advised the Russian government to start by selling small establishments to private owners. Such privatization has already begun in Nizhny Novgorod, a city which used to be called Gorky and was off limits to foreigners. Future private owners in Russia will have the chance to buy stores, restaurants, and small plots of farmland. But to go from socialism to capitalism, something more will be necessary, namely the elimination of state control over industry. Hundreds of thousands of Russian factories are still functioning under socialist conditions. They receive subsidies from ministries, take out cheap bank loans, and produce unprofitable goods. Many of these factories may be forced to close down, putting millions of people out of work. New private owners will have to produce competitive market goods. Despite any troubles that lie ahead, however, expert Western sentiment is, on the whole, optimistic. Privatization certainly won't solve all of Russia's economic problems, but it may help by stimulating production and foreign investment. Some Western economists worry that foreign entrepreneurs won't be allowed to buy anything other than old, unproductive businesses. The solution to that problem may have more to do with public relations than it does with finance. Terry Phillips, Business in Russia. Russia has introduced the internally convertible ruble. On July 1st, the Russian central bank set the new single rate at 125.26 rubles to the dollar. It's based on trading at the Moscow Interbank Currency Exchange. Under the previous system, there were several artificial ruble rates. The new law also allows Russian citizens to exchange rubles for hard currency at state banks. Estonia has become the first former Soviet republic to abandon the ruble as its legal tender. This week, Estonia began printing its own currency, the krone. The exchange rate was set at 8 krones to 1 Deutschmark, or approximately 12 krones to the dollar. Russian President Boris Yeltsin's government came under attack again this week. Prominent economist Nikolai Petrakov accused the administration of worsening the economic crisis because of its reform program. He said the government and the central bank conspired to create a cash deficit. Petrakov advocates lowering taxes to encourage foreign investment. The Russian parliament approved the government's 1992 budget this week. Prime Minister Yegor Gaidar's draft provides for a deficit of nearly 600 billion rubles, which is about $4.5 billion. But the budget still faces several important challenges, including a proposal to cut the value-added tax in half. The VAT rate currently ranges between 15% and 28%.